The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, just vetoed a new vacation rental law, and it's got a lot of people upset. So if you're looking to plan your next trip down to St. Petersburg, Florida, and you want to stay in an Airbnb, what does that mean for you? Or what if you're thinking about buying one of these vacation rental properties? I'm going to talk about all that and cover these three things in this video. Number one, what does Uncle Ronnie D's veto really mean for vacation rentals in Florida? Are they going away, or can you still book that trip? Number two, the current housing market in St. Pete for vacation rentals and how that affects you as a vacationer or a buyer. You're going to be shocked. And number three, there's a chick who's turned in over 100 vacation rental mom and pop owners for bending the rules. You're gonna wanna hear about her, and trust me, you're not gonna believe it. So let's jump in. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Grant Warrington, and I moved from cold and cloudy Michigan to St. Petersburg, Florida, and I have found a life that I never knew existed. And I believe this is truly paradise in America. Explore it with me, and I'm gonna show you why you should either move here, visit here, or invest here. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Now let's go.
The booming business of vacation rentals has become a contentious issue throughout the Bay Area. Many residents feel their peaceful neighborhoods are being overrun by short-term renters and rowdy guests.
I think everybody loves the idea of vacation rentals, especially when you're going to a new town and you want to stay in one. It's really pretty cool, and I love the concept. However, I think if your neighbor owns a vacation rental and you have to live next door to it, that might be a different story.
Can be a hassle sometimes. Yeah. Florida's legislature passed a bill that gave the state and not local officials the power to control these short-term rentals. However, Governor Ron DeSantis says not so fast. He actually vetoed the bill. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joining us live from Indian Rocks Beach in a neighborhood there where residents say those short-term rentals really are causing problems. Georgia.
Keith and Paula, this neighborhood is clearly divided. Take a look behind me. There is an ad for a vacant 6-bedroom rental property, and right next door, a homeowner fighting back against it. Signs welcoming renters, and right next door, signs disinviting them.
All right, let me stop it right there. They've played this same clip on every single news channel down here, and they show this exact sign in front of this exact house. So we have to take everything with a little grain of salt here, because I think the news is trying to make it look like these signs are on every single street corner. I see 2 of them. Let's keep going.
In this Indian Rocks Beach neighborhood, vacation rental properties are clashing with local residents.
It was a once peaceful, safe neighborhood and made it into unregulated, unsupervised hotel party district.
Governor Ron DeSantis has vetoed a bill that would have shifted vacation rental regulation from local to state control. Matthew Barrowcloud, rental property owner, hoped the bill would pass.
It normalized behaviors that the city could engage in. It couldn't have one set of rules for your neighbor and a different set of rules for yourself.
All right, I'm not sure what exactly he's speaking to. So we own apartment buildings, my wife and I, and we do have a different set of rules for us and then a different set of rules for our neighbors, because they're homeowners and we are running a business. And you know what? The truth is, if you have a vacation rental, you are running a business and you will have a different set of rules. That's just part of the process.
The bill gives local governments the ability to fine and regulate vacation rentals. The current city limits in place, homeowner John Fansteel says, helped keep his neighborhood safe.
We have some very reasonable limits on occupancy. We have requirements that they post safety information, such as about rip currents, about where the local hospitals are.
That sounds like a good thing, right?
But rental property owners are calling the current local regulations discrimination.
I, as a property owner right now, have a certain number of people that can sleep in a bedroom. That's been required now by the city of Indian Rocks Beach. Now, if my neighbor wants to have her grandkids over for Christmas, she's going to stuff those grandkids into that one extra bedroom she has, and no one's going to complain.
He's got a point there. Listen, one of our biggest fears when we rented out houses was people are going to rent it and they're going to move about 20 people in. Believe me, it happens. There has to be laws in place for the amount of people that can sleep in a bedroom and things like that. So I really support laws that will limit the occupancy in these homes. Now, the reason his vacation rental is getting scrutinized is because he has to pay to get a license to do this, so it'll get inspected. He can also get fined. The homeowner next door will not have these same issues. But again, he's not running a business.
Now, despite the regulations, the rental properties are still popping up in this neighborhood. Reporting live in Indian Rocks Beach, Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
So guys, there's a lot of money in the vacation rental space, and I think it's a great thing. I think people are doing well. It provides a service. But again, if I had to live next door to one, I might have a different opinion. Now, she just said that people are still buying in this market. But let's talk about the market. Here's an article from Axios Tampa Bay that says Tampa Bay has second fastest cooling housing market. It reads, the housing market in Tampa Bay is cooling faster than in most metros nationwide. So why it matters. Supply issues continue to put pressure on home prices across the U.S. despite mortgage rates dampening demand. This is particularly true in parts of California and the Northeast. Homes are selling quickly and for over asking, according to Redfin data. In the South, however, supply is picking up and markets are cooling. It says Tampa Bay ranks second nationwide for decreasing home buying demand in competition between April 2023 and April 2024 per Redfin. Florida may be hotter than ever, but its housing market is cooling quicker than most other states. Homes aren't moving off the market as quickly, and a growing share of sellers are bringing their asking prices down. All signs that these markets are cooling. Now, I'm seeing that in my neighborhoods here in St. Petersburg, Florida. We keep an eye on everything that's for sale, and we are seeing longer days on market and prices coming down. So if you are looking to buy that vacation rental or a home down here in St. Pete, now is definitely the time to buy. Even though the interest rates are high, if you can make the payment or make the numbers work at this higher interest rate, eventually, at some point in the future, interest rates will have to come down and you can refinance and be even better off. I also want to point out the houses in Florida, in St. Pete, in Tampa, have doubled and even tripled in the last 5 years in value. So maybe it looks like these houses are cooling on price, but actually they're coming down to being more realistic. Now let's stay on the investor side for a minute. A lot of people want to buy vacation rentals in St. Pete, and I don't blame them. It's paradise down here, and there's a lot of people making good money off these vacation rentals. Now, like I said, I don't own vacation rentals. My wife and I own apartment buildings. That's how I'm able to make YouTube videos all day. But if I did start buying them, here's 5 mistakes I would want to avoid. Number 1, I'd call the city and make sure short-term rentals are allowed. Laws change fast, so I want to make sure there's nothing coming down the pipe to ban them. You got to know the laws in the area you're buying in. This is one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make. According to the City of St. Petersburg website, when asked, are short-term rentals allowed, AirBnB or VRBO, the answer is no. In residential districts, you must rent for a minimum period of 30 days or more. Rentals for less than 30 days are allowed only 3 times within any consecutive 365-day period. That's a must-know for anybody looking to buy a vacation property. But what does it mean if you just want to come down here and chill out and rent one of these places in St. Pete? Absolutely nothing. These rules are in place for the owners of these vacation rentals to follow, and they got absolutely nothing to do with you if you're just renting a place to vacation. So book that trip, come on down to the Sunshine City, and grab a coffee with me. Number 2, I hear vacancies are on the rise in short-term rentals, so I would want to make sure I'm not investing in a declining market. And in St. Pete, you're not. We have a 2024 population of 264,982 people. St. Pete's currently growing at a rate of 0.54% annually, and its population has increased by 2.2% since the most recent census. This place is on fire, man. Number 3, I'm also gonna look at the worst case scenario. What if the city bans these altogether? How much rent can I get if I turn this into a long-term rental, and am I still gonna cash flow? This is gonna save your ass if the shit ever does hit the fan. Number 4, I want to know how long can this property sit vacant with me making the mortgage payment before it crushes me? This is going to give you an overall snapshot of your financial health. Nobody wants to have their property sit vacant for even one day. And if 30 days of vacancy is going to bankrupt you, you need to reconsider this investment. Number 5, be prepared to work. Everybody on the internet makes it seem like you buy a vacation rental and you're on easy street. That's not the truth. It becomes a lot of work. You got guests moving in and out. You got to schedule cleanings. You got to make repairs, and this can all turn into a nightmare. And anybody you hire to take these issues off your hands are going to cut into your profits, which is totally fine. You just need to be aware of it so you can figure out what's left over at the end of the month and is that worth the headache. Now I want to show you a local woman who's been terrorizing mom and pop vacation rental owners. She's made this her life's mission to screw with these people. Let's find out why.
In the city of St. Pete, short-term rentals are pretty heavily restricted, but not so heavily enforced. Rentals must be for a minimum of 30 days, and if it's less time than that, they can only be rented out 3 times in a 365-day span.
So just like we talked about, it has to be a 30-day rental or longer. And you get 3 times a year to break that and rent out maybe a day or 2 here and there.
For many of the vacation rentals listed online, they aren't legal.
So I found that a lot of them have like the front of the house on the listing, so then it's pretty easy, just like reverse Google searching it. So it's just like looking up like the area it's in and then like seeing what has sold recently.
Marley Price has reported upwards of 100 potentially illegal short-term rentals in the past 2 months.
I don't understand why she is. You can see on the right there, her name is on all of these complaints.
So I've done 108 so far, and I think almost 90 now have had the violation.
88 violations to be exact, according to city records. And as expected, not everyone is a fan of her work.
It's mostly just landlords telling me how they should be able to do it, which I didn't write the codes or anything, or make the zoning map, so I can't do anything about that.
She looks pretty happy about it.
The city of St. Pete says the code is enforced when complaints are made. Price doesn't think that's enough.
Yeah, there's so much like I can't do anything about, but this is one thing that I can do, and it's also like not hard and it doesn't take me long, so I might as well do it.
Price says she does this to create more housing options locally instead of vacation homes sitting empty.
So it sounds to me like she feels this is her duty, is to put these mom and pop vacation rental owners out of business so that they will have to sell these homes to regular people, I guess.
It shouldn't be up to individuals to make the regulations happen that are existing.
Now she's asking the city of St. Pete to create a position to investigate illegal short-term rental listings.
Ah, that makes sense. Now she wants to work for the city and get paid to do this.
The city of St. Pete tells me they receive code compliance complaints all the time, but never to the scope of what Marley Price sends in. In St. Pete, Malik Rankin, 10 Tampa Bay.
This lady really pisses me off because owning rental property can be a very scary thing at times. The bank wants their money regardless of if your tenant's not paying you or the property's sitting vacant.
Business bad? You pay me. Oh, you had a fire? You pay me. Place got hit by lightning, huh? You pay me.
If you had the tough choice of renting your property for a couple of days and breaking a few local ordinances, or risking a payment getting missed to the bank and losing everything, what would you do? I would imagine somebody's going to end up suing this woman, tying her up in court, and giving her a few things to think about. Or maybe she'll find a job and take some of this time off her hands. Just a thought. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I got another video right here that'll show you the top 10 kid-friendly spots in St. Petersburg, Florida. Make sure you click on this video right now, and I'll see you there.